Faster Fluency Conversation Club Podcast, Episode 90, Monthly Review. Welcome to the Faster Fluency Conversation Club podcast from Speak English with Kristina. Each week, my expert teachers and I discuss a new, exciting topic to help you better understand real-world conversations in English. If you would like to practice talking about this topic, get more confidence speaking English, and support this podcast, please become a member of the Faster Fluency Conversation Club. The link to join is in the show notes. Now, let's go.
Hey everybody, we're here with our podcast, number 90. So this month is a very special episode, a monthly review of July, and our theme has been outdoor and leisure. So we decided to do a special episode with 3 teachers because we know that for students, understanding conversations with multiple teachers or speakers, can be challenging. And for the review this month, we wanted to try something a bit different to see if you like it. So let's go ahead and get started. So we talked a lot about outdoor activities. And so we have Karyn with us, and we also have Matthew. Karyn, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Kristina and Matthew?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Matthew, perfect. Right, all of us dealing with different situations, but we are here and we're glad to be here with you. All right, so Karyn, just talking to you first. So the session's about vacation culture in your country. Can you tell me a little bit? There's a few things that we talked about with vacations there in, your country. When you take a vacation, do you prefer to relax or do you try to do and see as much as you can?
Well, when we finally get a vacation in the United States, I prefer to relax. Vacation, it's very interesting here in the United States. We're not really a vacation country. I talk to a lot of students in France and in Europe, and they get a lot of vacation. Usually when you start a job, you only get 2 weeks of vacation. That's what you start out with. So getting a vacation is kind of like a rare thing here in the United States. But usually I love to relax on a vacation, maybe go to the beach. Florida is very close to me. So just hang out at the ocean, go swimming, things like that. Yeah, but
I totally agree. I think the Americans need to learn how to have vacations a little bit more. I think they need to relax a bit more. And I love the way the Europeans do it.
Yeah, definitely something that Americans can learn because, and it's good. I think you are seeing it though in society with a lot of focus on mental health. And I think you do see a lot of the hustle culture in the US, but I think you also see the other side of that where, sleep is important, getting rest is important, taking a break is important. So I think we're changing, and maybe COVID is helping with that, with people working from home now. Maybe they don't need to be in the office quite as much.
We all need a mental break now from COVID. Definitely.
I think COVID has affected so many things. Karyn, did COVID affect any of your vacation plans this year?
Not really. Like I said, I don't really take a vacation. Actually, this is going to sound very depressing to you all, but the first vacation day I took this year was actually on July 4th. I did not take a day off since January 3rd.
Wow.
So my first actual vacation day this year was July 4th. I have worked every day since January 3rd.
Talk about hustling.
Oh my goodness. No relaxing for Karyn.
No relaxation for Karyn. So Matthew, let me ask you about our next theme that we talked about was home and gardening. Do you have a garden, or is that something common for people in Vietnam to have a garden or yard?
Well, in Vietnam, it is quite common. I live in the city, but even in the city, you'll see farms and gardens, personal gardens throughout the city. And even on the street, people have beds with soil, and they're planting food that they use for their meals. And so it's very common to see that here in Vietnam, people just growing their own food. But for me personally, no, I don't. I'm a traveler, and so it's kind of hard to take care of plants and that. I haven't been traveling with COVID, but it is something that I'm interested in, and in the long-term future, I would love to have some land to be able to grow things. Actually, I was interested in. I did a project with my friend many years ago, doing aquaponics setup. I don't know if either of you know about aquaponics.
Heard of that? I've heard of it.
I'd like to get a bit more into aquaponics. It sounds really fascinating to me.
Yeah. So basically, just for everybody that's listening, aquaponics is a system like a self-contained system where you've got a fish tank and the fish poop, for lack of a better word, provide the nutrients for the plants, which are above the fish tank. And so the plants grow off of that. And then the plants
And you don't need soil.
go back and feed the fish. So it's like a self-contained loop. You just have to really add water. There's a lot of like measurements you have to do. It's not like super simple, but the idea itself is simple. And so that's something that interests me in just like the future of farming, with like, I don't know, growing seaweed, alternative sources of protein and things like that. So
Cool. Sounds interesting. So, what are some plants or fruits that are indigenous to Vietnam? Like here in Georgia, we're the peach state. Yeah, peach.
Well, the fruits here are quite exotic for, I think, a lot of the rest of the globe, like durian, the stinky fruit, jackfruit, dragon fruit, and some other ones. I don't even remember the names of them, to be honest with you, but they're all very exotic fruits. Yeah, the fruits here are really, really delicious. But
Cool. Send me
I love
some.
berries, and berries are not indigenous here, and so that's a bummer. Okay, and Kristina, so let's see. We are just finishing talking about going outdoors, spending time outdoors, and so where do you go outdoors in the summer?
Well, we actually have a lot of areas here in Virginia. We are right on the water, right on the ocean. So everybody here loves to go to the beach. It's so common. Everybody loves the beach. The sun, the sand, it's everywhere, which is just wonderful. And of course, we stay inside with our air conditioning during the day, but we love fishing. It's a real fishing culture here. Kayaking, camping on the beach, things like that. Tent camping, RV camping, everything.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you shared your pictures with us in our communication, and I'm really jealous of your RV and your kayaks, and so that's a great way to get outdoors. Have you been out yet?
We were just outside yesterday setting up our camper RV. RV stands for the listeners, RV stands for recreational vehicle. But we also call it a camper. It's like a little house on wheels, and you can tow it behind your truck. Anyway, so you hook it up to electricity, and if you have a water source, you hook it up to water, and you have your little house, and you can go anywhere. And so here, there's lots of campgrounds where people rent sites, and they camp from their little RV. But yeah, I've been out to the beach plenty this year, but I haven't taken the camper out yet. So that's going to be for a trip in September we have planned.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Outdoor activities are popular here in Georgia too, but we're kind of in the South. It's very, very hot. So a lot of people go to North Georgia. North Georgia, there's mountains. You can go hiking. There's a waterfall you can go to. So that's very popular here in Georgia because we're like I said, in the South. So the heat is very, very kind of oppressive in the summertime.
Right. I think that's one of the nice things about like living in a big country. You can escape if you're living in a northern climate, escape in the winter to the south, and if you're in the south in the summer, escape to the north.
Snowbirds. They call those snowbirds, right?
Yes. That's right. Yep.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've never been much of an outdoor sports kind of a person. Like I'm not a sporty I'm not that person that likes to go play basketball, play baseball, whatever. The best thing that I can do is probably a little bit of volleyball with some friends. How about you guys? Do you guys play sports in the summer?
My son used to play golf. Oh my goodness. He loves golf. He started playing golf when he was young. So golf is that's popular here actually in the Atlanta area. So we used to go in the summertime. I used to go and watch him to play in tournaments. I tried to play golf, but it looks easy. When you see somebody doing, you say, "Oh, this is so easy! I can just hit the ball." It'll go
so hard.
It's there's a lot to it. It's very difficult to play golf. So that's a popular sport in the summertime here in the Atlanta area.
And yeah, here in Vietnam, it's just too hot. The summer's too hot. It's like 38, 39 degrees Celsius, which is like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And then the humidity on top of that, it's like 44, 45 degrees. So it's just best not to be outside during the day, to be honest. In the morning, I walk. I go for a walk every morning. I was just saying before we started recording that, the sun rises over the sea. So I get up, take a walk. But
Nice.
that's about it for me during the summer. Yeah.
It's such a shame that this summer the southwestern part of the U.S. is having such high temperatures. So it's crazy. So we lived in Nicaragua for a while. So that hot, humid, tropical climate, I get it. Oh, suffocating.
Yes.
Right. It's not only California. I have students in Russia, and they're telling me it's been very hot in Russia also.
Wow, really?
Russia, Moscow. It's actually it was hotter in Moscow than it was in my city in Atlanta, which Atlanta, we have temperatures like usually about 30, 32 in the summertime. And in Moscow it was like 34, 35. Yes. Very
Last year they had the fires there as well.
Yes.
Bad fires and strange weather.
That's bizarre. I mean, Russia's notorious for being, having cold weather. So, but anyway. All right, guys. Well, I think that'll be it for today. It was so nice chit-chatting with you guys. And
yes,
our
it's
students
great.
enjoy our podcast. Thank you so much for being with us, Matthew and Karyn.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Yep. Enjoy, everyone, and stay cool.
Yep, stay cool.
All right, take care.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Faster Fluency Conversation Club podcast. And remember, if you want to become confident and fluent faster by practicing speaking about these topics and support this podcast, please become a member of the Faster Fluency Conversation Club. Membership costs less than the cost of a cup of coffee per day, and you'll get so much from your membership. The link to join the club is in the show notes. Thanks for learning with Speak English with Kristina, and we hope to see you in the club.